Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back. In today's tarot and oracle reading, I will be using the Magick of You Oracle as well as the Wildwood Tarot to bring you an intuitive message about how we can be the best versions of ourselves. That's how I like to use oracle cards and tarot readings. And I like to predict the future because the actions that you take will change your course, will change your destiny. Every moment you can make decisions that will change the path that you're on. And instead, I like to provide guidance and a place of comfort and positivity as you move forward on this path, no matter what it is. So let's see, what kind of guidance do we have today, and how can we move forward on this journey of life? Thank you. So we have the card of flashover. It's all in your head. So I feel like for many of you watching today, the biggest advice is to stop being your own worst critic. I think every single one of us is guilty of being our own worst critic. And we like to think that other people are judging us and critiquing us, but really we are our own worst enemy when it comes to that. We are the ones who see our faults. We are the ones who know our insecurities and our fears, and that is where those criticisms and judgment lie, is from our fears and from our insecurities. So it's time to step back from those fears, from those insecurities, and allow the positives to shine. There's always going to be fears. There's always going to be insecurity. I'm not trying to promote toxic positivity. Sometimes we do need to sit in those fears and the insecurities and the judgments and understand where they're coming from, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time, right? So we have the Five of Arrows, which is frustration. And I feel like a lot of you are at a level of frustration, and because of that, you're ready to change. You're getting annoyed with feeling stuck and stagnant because of your fears. You're getting frustrated with not being able to move forward because you're holding yourself back. And then we have the King of Vessels, which is the Heron. And the King of Vessels is about controlling your emotions, being in charge of how you choose to respond versus react. We can choose to react in situations without giving much thought, or much concern for what I have no words right now, for what the response to our response might be, right? If you react very emotionally in the moment, sometimes, we're humans. We all have emotions, and sometimes it's really hard to hold those emotions back. And we all do things like that. So there's no judgment on reacting, especially in moments of severe emotions. But if we can even get into the habit of just taking a deep breath and thinking for 2 seconds before we respond, that response over a reaction is going to help us mitigate and reach our goals and get to where we want to go so much easier than if we're just allowing this, especially this frustration, to come through. I don't know about you. I can only speak from my own personal experience. But when I am frustrated and when I am angry, and add hunger on top of that, because hunger can really amplify frustration and anger. And as a mom of 4, like, I can testify to that. Hungry kids are angry kids. Like, they are going to throw a tantrum in the middle of the grocery store because they desperately want a snack, right? If you can listen to your body, listen to the cues that you're getting. Maybe you do realize that when you're hungry at work, you tend to get frustrated by the fact that your coworker isn't pulling their weight, or that your boss moved your deadline up and now you're really stressed out. You know, perhaps because your deadline's now been moved up, you really want to skip lunch, and then you're just frustrated, but you're not going to be able to do your best work because now you're overly emotional. Your physical needs are in need. You need food. You need nourishment. Perhaps you need water. Drink some water. Stay hydrated. Always get advice. But sometimes we ignore our physical bodies and the physical cues that may be amplifying these emotions. And we think, no, it's not because I'm hungry. It's just because I'm mad. It's all in your head, right? It's this thing about it's just my emotions. But maybe you're hungry. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you need to get up and physically move because there is built up energy and you've been sitting at your desk all day and you just need to move. If you could move and get some of that stagnant energy out, you'd be less frustrated. So how can you be this king of vessels and understand how your body is physically manifesting, or how your body is taking your physical needs and manifesting it as emotions? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It's interesting, the bottom of the deck is the endurance card. We don't always need to push and push and push and push, right? We don't need to always be on. We don't need to always be challenging ourselves. It is okay to step back and be like, you know what, I'm done. I need a break. I need a physical break. I need a mental break. I need a spiritual break. I need a break. It's okay. It's okay to say that. And it is okay to not just sit there and think about it. Because, I mean, I'm totally guilty when I was working in a, large environment. Right now I work by myself. I am my own boss. So the only person I can blame is me. But when I worked in a place with multiple employees, I would be so wrapped up in my head and not telling anyone that I had desires, I had needs. Airplane. I'm a hairstylist by trade. And some days you just have client after client after client after client. And sometimes you just need to say, hey, can you shampoo my next client for me because I really have to pee, right? But sometimes your own ego gets in the way. It's like, nope, that's my client. I need to deal with this. I need to do everything. And then all of a sudden your body is under such stress because you need to go to the bathroom, or you need to eat, or you need to sit down for 5 minutes. And you think that this frustration and everything is just because of what's happening in the day. But it's because you're not allowing yourself to get out of your head and ask for help and ask for something you need. And it's because we have so often this disconnect between our emotions and our physical body. But our emotions and our physical needs are so interconnected. So allow those thoughts to get out of your head and allow yourself to observe your entire body and how your physical feelings, your physical needs affect your emotions. When you can do that, it's just a noisy day. The window's open. It's summer. It is beautiful. I don't have air conditioning. But when you can allow yourself to see yourself as this entire being instead of just emotions in the mind, needs of the physical bodies, two separate things. No, they're interconnected. This whole human experience is interconnected, mind, body, and soul. It's all connected. And if one area is off kilter, all areas are going to be off kilter. So when you notice yourself with these big emotions, when you notice yourself being frustrated, allow yourself to pause and think, okay, I'm feeling very frustrated, but I'm also very hungry, and I know I didn't sleep well last night. So I think I need to take care of myself, and by allowing myself to take care of my physical needs, my emotional needs will be a lot easier to handle.